The sea is cool. It reminds me of Alaskan cruise ship, Holland America Line. That is the present position of our ship. Position, compass, GPS status. One book per passenger.
Dinner. Good appetit.
Sorry, sir. You're not allowed to complain about these things. You have to relish them, I think.
Seabirds and so forth, but basically I'll cover a lot of the behavioral things and so forth a little bit later in the cruise as we talk about each of these species in more detail. But right now this is just kind of introduction to give it. We do have them coming up tomorrow. We'll cover penguins in detail, but these are Adelie penguins. Hopefully we'll see them, of course, and chinstrap penguins and gentoos. This next one everybody will ask me about, and no, we probably are not going to see it. This is the emperor. We will be well already seen now are seabirds, and the most prominent of all the seabirds, I'm sure as most of you are aware, are albatrosses. And albatrosses are a special bird. Many people think once they've seen an albatross, their lifestyle has been, or their life rising column of warm air. They get in that air, they go up, and they just glide around. They're hatching in March maybe, and the weather, even though it's the summertime, the weather's vacillatory, it's changing all the time, so they have to be prepared for that. So the other one's coming from the other side, so they're really tough. So they look like that when they're coming at you, and then just before you get struck, they look like this. So I have a friend of mine that was a school researcher, and over the course of a couple of years, he'd been knocked out. Faded out, you're not going to see that bright blue, but nevertheless, early in the season, this is what they look like. They can be very curious, as you can see, and check you out. And they often will nest in association with because of the big hair situation. So those are quote unquote surplus bulls, and they were able to harvest them without. I mean, the blood is flowing and so forth, and these fights can really be vicious. And there's the size of a bull, 7 times.
Some of them will not grow much bigger, and some of them might not even germinate, but sometimes there are some areas in the warmer places, especially as Antarctica is warming, that some have introduced plant species. Very, very few at the moment. Like you say, John said, there's just two species of plants in Antarctica. There is an area actually in Deception Island that is now an SPA, Special Protected Area, where they have seen one other new species of a plant growing there.
descendants of the harbor seal from many millions of years ago, but difficult to get to. But a lot of the other ones I have quite a bit of experience with. These animals, unlike whales or dolphins, we get to know a little bit more about their lives because they will come on the ice or they will come ashore essentially to breed. That doesn't happen with whales and dolphins. It's much tougher to look into the movie of their lives and isolate. Larger breeding window because they're in temperate climates. They're not down here in the Antarctic per se, and very reduced quantity. They're essentially blonde, just like some of us, sort of like me. There is nothing to show that these animals are ostracized by other members of the fur seal group. We figure animal themselves. We sometimes affectionately call them OBSs or odoriferous blubber slug.
110 to come to the mushroom.
Oh,
1
no.
through
Yeah.
110. Thank you.
My mate's tinny that I was taking in Sydney would never go out in with like that.
No, you wouldn't go out in it, you just come back in it.
You'd be scared coming back in it.
No, they always float.
Fucking raspberries all over the shop.
Awesome.
Actually, we always had a bit of a running joke. I said he'd be the first bloody have to go for a shit. Way on the tinny, you know.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, well, it hasn't happened though so far. No, there's always like sort of a bet of who's going to be the first to go.
You just have to jump overboard.
Yeah, it looks pretty